another story about teachers today, teaching and education. I have been involved on the periphery of education, lecturing to postgraduate students over the years, not to any great extent, but enough to have some interest there. In yesterday's Age, that glorious rag, that's Monday, June the 27th in the Age, in their higher or their education section, there was an article about investigation about how failing schools in Melbourne's north are being investigated and being transformed, in fact. And they refer to the fact that a number of the schools there were in a downward spiral, lousy achievement, falling enrolments and all those sorts of things that follow from very poor educational achievement. And the approach that had been used there for some time led to a dumbing down of standards and a permissive culture. What a surprise that is. And now we have Professor Dunham, Melbourne University's Graduate School of Education, and I'll quote from the Age here. "We're still paying the price for the mistakes we made in the 1960s. That's the first quote. I don't think it was the 60s. I think the changes happened at least 1 or 2 decades after that. In any case, he goes on to say, and I quote the Age again, "A preoccupation with building student self-esteem through a permissive approach in the hope that this will translate into student achievement and development is counterproductive." Wow! Should I read that again? Can anyone believe this? Can anyone have believed this? A preoccupation with building student self-esteem. Let's use the real word. Vanity is the word, and inability to accept that they aren't perfect in every way. So trying to build student self-esteem through a permissive approach, that means do whatever you like, don't study, she'll be right, we'll pass you, in the hope that this will translate into student achievement. And development is counterproductive. Wow, this bloke deserves a double PhD for recognising that. The best schools have got the balance right. They're responsive to students, he goes on to say, but they're highly demanding about achievement and behaviour. Funny thing about that. Teaching is what schools are all about. Now, one of the other comments in this article, and if you haven't read it, it's worth reading, it's worth a laugh or maybe worth a cry, I'm not sure which. But they go on to quote a Harvard study on the way that schools might be run. And a Harvard study found that achievement rose when leadership teams, which I mean basically that's the teachers, when leadership teams focused thoughtfully and relentlessly on improving the quality of instruction. I'll be damned. Good teachers, good teaching makes good outcome for the kids. Isn't that just stunning? Now, interestingly enough, at the newly opened Fawkner College in the north of Melbourne, there's a strict dress code for teachers that bans short skirts for women and t-shirts for men. And I think this is actually an excellent idea, because part of the problem, of course, is that teachers want to be friends with their students over the last couple of decades. They don't want to be friends with them, they want to be respected. I think they probably want to be slightly feared as well, and basically they want to be listened to and they want to be good teachers. They go on to say also that detentions are no longer used, they use demerit points, and in fact I think that system might be quite interesting if it's implemented properly and you get around without the parents having to complain about little Johnny getting demerit points or being suspended, blah-de-blah. And of course that's the other thing that's wrong with us at the moment. We've got the teachers there, and the minute anything goes wrong, the parents go in and complain, and then the lawyers, the other half of the folk that I really respect, they also manage to get their hands into everyone's pockets. So there we go. I mean, fair income, this is very straightforward. Good teaching makes for good outcomes. Permissiveness gets nowhere. Teachers should ensure that they have the respect of their children. They don't want to be friends with them. And to hell with this business about teaching and classes should be enjoyable. That's not a load. That's a load of rubbish. They are, so much the better. But you're there to learn. You're not there to have fun. In any case, that's enough of my rant about teachers at the moment. So Hang in there, I'll be back with another one in the paper today, another thing that absolutely stuns me and I don't understand. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.